If you're an artist, remember that in 2026, there's not a single part of the system that isn't faked. Those are the words of James Blake, who just went off about how fake the music industry has truly become. And this is something that many artists have been feeling for years. For anyone that doesn't know, James Blake is a British musician and producer known for working with artists like Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, Frank Ocean, and Bon Iver. In a series of Instagram stories, James said that artists can't trust anything anymore. Not reviews, comment sections, YouTube views, streaming numbers, and in the age of AI, not even if a song was made by an actual human being. He also says that because blogs and magazines stopped making money, some journalists are being influenced by labels through money. If you're an artist, remember that in 2026, there's not a single part of the system that isn't faked. You're probably doing better than you think. James later followed this up with an additional story, saying that the point was not to label all journalists as corrupt. He commended critics and writers with integrity, and feels bad that they're being dragged into this because the honest ones are becoming rarer and more underpaid. I wonder if that's why I have a hard time paying my bills with Common Revolt. He also says that journalists were DMing him privately, confirming that the problem is much more extreme behind the scenes than people realize. And he's right. The bigger point here is that the entire perception economy around music feels broken. Fake fan accounts can manufacture hype in comment sections, labels can inflate YouTube numbers, and streaming discovery with bot farms. And on top of all that, AI is making it harder for the average person to even know what's real. On top of, stealing all the clean drinking water. All of this creates a world where artists are constantly comparing themselves to numbers that may not even be organic. You know how I know that monthly listeners don't actually hold the weight that everyone thinks they do? Flo Rida has 20 million more monthly listeners than Prince, and DJ Khaled has 10 million more monthly listeners than Paul McCartney. With so much of this industry being wrapped in fake narratives, judging your worth as an artist by streams, comments, reviews, and algorithmic momentum might be the worst possible way to measure what you're actually building. But what do you think of all this? Let me know in the comments below and follow along with Common Revolt, an independent outlet where I talk about alternative music.